Thank you all for joining us on another episode of IWing Marketplace Chit Chat, where we give the opportunities for entrepreneurs to talk about themselves and what they do so we can learn from them or we can connect with them. I'm here with Mudoh, Delores Mudoh, the Miss Lakeville, very gorgeous lady. Thanks for joining us today, Mudoh.
Thank you for having me. I'm excited to get to talk to you and chit chat.
And, you know, we're happy to have a Miss Lakeville in the house with us today. This is amazing. So can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yes. So my name is Modoh Wanda, and I am a first-generation American. So the first of my family to have been born on American soil. My heritage, I'm half Cameroonian, half Nigerian. I am, like you said, I'm competing in the upcoming Miss Minnesota USA beauty pageant, which is next month. My platform is my 501c3. It's called Feel the Dreams Empowerment Center. So we are a community-based organization that promotes, we promote change, like in people that are disadvantaged nationally and internationally. I also am a business owner, so I'm very happy about that one. And I do sell just accessories. It's like a novelty boutique.
Wow.
So that's a little bit about me. Yes.
That you got a lot going on. You're a fashion designer. You sit on the board of an NGO, and you are an entrepreneur. This is a wonderful combination. It shows you're well connected with the community.
Oh, I am.
Kudos,
yes,
kudos.
I am.
So before we dive into more serious discussion, do you know the part of Cameroon you're from?
You know what? I have family in Bamenda. I have family in Douala. But like I said, on my Nigerian side, we are kind of in Lagos. So we are in a few cities, but more than one.
Wow, that's amazing. That means you have different dialect that you have to speak sometimes at home.
Yep. I have to appeal to my Cameroonian side. I have to appeal to my Nigerian side. I eat everything. I know you can't tell that I eat everything, but I eat everything. I love all the ethnic food. So I kind of live the best of both worlds with being of mixed heritage.
Nice. So which of the ethnic food or traditional dishes do you like the most?
Okay, so on my Nigerian side, probably jollof rice. I know it's basic, but I just love rice. You know, I just love a good carbohydrate in my diet. And then on my Cameroonian side, probably like it's a dish we eat just kind of whenever. It's called fufu and okra. So that's what I like to eat when I'm with my Cameroonian side of the family.
Wow, that's my favorite dish too. But when I was young, I disliked okra. But growing up now,
yeah.
I fell in love with it. That's wonderful. So, but yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurship journey? Can you show some of the accessories you have?
So basically, I have two lines. I have a luxury line, and then I have a line where I showcase third world country artists that may not get exposure otherwise. So what I do is I travel the world, places like West Africa, India, the Philippines, China, and anything that I like, I kind of, I talk with them, I network, and I say, can I sell your products in my store? And then I do end up sending them a percentage just so they can support themselves in their home country. And then I have a luxury line, which includes pieces like this, and I do the buying myself. So I'll go to places like just in the States, like New York or like LA or like Miami. And so this piece and then this piece is kind of where they come from. So this is more so I get these products in the US. And then the international products, I get them overseas. And I don't have an example with me to show you, but I think you have a picture of me, Ivan, that you could maybe post after. But I'm
Yeah,
wearing like this beautiful, it's kind of like, we call it in Cameroon, like Pamela K necklace. Like it's
right.
beaded, it's hand sewn, and it's just gorgeous, just the vibrant colors. So that's kind of a little demo for everyone this morning.
Well, thanks for showing us that, and this is amazing. I just love the fact that you're traveling and you're able to pick this beautiful item from different part of the world and help the entrepreneurs to sell their fashion accessory. This is really a wonderful initiative, and I pray you keep doing that and it keeps growing. But
Thank you.
you're welcome. Can you tell us now about, when you caught the fashion modeling bug, when did you realize, fashion modeling is something that you want to pursue?
Oh my goodness. I was scouted by an agency in Minneapolis. They're no longer in business, unfortunately, but it was called Arquette Model Management. So, imagine I was maybe like high school, like freshman in high school, and I was just walking and shopping with my mom one Saturday morning, and this lady came up to me. She goes, I used to have this my hair. So
Right.
this is a little behind the scenes. So this is my hair, people, with just a little bit of help. But I have thick hair like this. And so
Well,
this woman was so attracted to my hair that she just offered me a contract on the spot. So I
wow.
started as a hair model, and then I kind of graduated into getting print work and then commercial work, and it kind of blew up from there. But then I went into retirement when I went to school.
Hmm.
I went to college in New York, Berkeley College. That's where I started. And then I just kind of retired because I was busy, with school, getting my degree, kind of being acquainted with the new environment. But it's just now that I'm coming out of retirement, of course, I'm competing in next month's pageant. And so it's kind of everything has come full circle
Wow,
with my
wow.
modeling.
That's amazing. Like you're blessed. You've done, like, this early age, you've already done a lot. This is really wonderful.
I feel
And
like I'm 45 and I'm 26.
that this is amazing. So
Right.
tell us about your pageantry career. This is not the first pageant you're going to be contesting in, right? You're the
No, no, it
Miss
is.
Lakeville.
Right, right. So you're right. But it's my first big major pageant, the
Hmm.
Miss Minnesota USA.
Hmm.
But you're right. My title currently is Miss Lakeville USA. So
Hmm.
I've already won that title.
Hmm.
So now I can switch out my local title for a state title come next month. And the only way you switch it out is if you win, of course. So that competition, it's divided into three sections:
Hmm.
swimsuit, evening
Hmm.
gown, and then interview. So you have to score really, really high in all three areas. And then you get your accumulative score. And then
Hmm.
whoever has the highest accumulative score becomes Miss Minnesota USA. So
Wow.
it's a lot of preparation. I'm in the gym twice a day, 5 days a week. Um, it's intense workouts. I mean, intense where I'm crying. Sometimes I'm vomiting.
Mm.
Sometimes I'm regretting
Wow.
yelling. But I've never looked better. I'm just so proud of just my body and how it's just taking to just everything that I'm doing. I'm not, I don't want to say I'm abusing it, but I want to
Hmm.
say that I'm pushing it, and I'm pushing my body to its greatest limit. And
Right.
I know you guys can't see, but I'm kind of getting some muscle here. I would have to take the
So,
suit jacket off for you to really see, but
wow.
my trainer has been so good with
Hmm.
me, just putting me on just such a good, clean diet. And that's kind of what I'll take out of this too, out of
Hmm.
just this pageant prep, is I'm learning how to really eat well for the first time in my life, I think. Because I've
Wow.
always been skinny. And sometimes when you're skinny, you can kind of just get by and, like you look fine, right? That's what society tells you. If you're skinny, you look fine. But
Right.
that doesn't necessarily mean that you're healthy. So for the first time in my life, I'm learning how to eat healthy. So I'm just happy. I'm learning so much. I'm doing so much. And hopefully it pays off for next month.
So why is it important for you to go to this Miss Minnesota pageant?
You know what? It's important for, let me tell you who it's important to. It's important for the African immigrant community, especially in Minnesota. So there has been a high migration of Africans that have come here, especially Nigerians, and they don't always feel like they're welcomed. They don't always feel like they assimilate well, just to kind of like American society in Minnesota, right? So what I can give them if I win, my reign will help to create more safe spaces for them to kind of come and gather and feel like they are heard and seen. Not too many people know this, but when you do become a state local title holder, you do get access to city officials, to the governor. So there will be a multitude of meetings that I'll be able to sit in and kind of be like the voice for the BIPOC community. That stands for Black, Indigenous, Person of Color, and then just for the African immigrant community. So I'll kind of get to be, I'll get to be your voice in these boardrooms where sometimes we can't even get into. So it's a big, big deal. And that's why I need all of your love and all of your support and all of your prayers and warm wishes that God grants me this title, because when I win, it's not just me, right? It'll be for all of us.
Wow. So I don't know much about pageantry, but how can people support you, you know, in order for you to win?
You know what? So 2 weeks before the show, there is what is called the People's Choice Award. So that is how the community can kind of, the public can get involved. So what you do, it's like a link, and Ivan, I'll send it to you once it becomes available to me. But I want you all to click on that link and vote for me. So vote so I can be the winner of the People's Choice Award, because then that automatically puts me in the top 16 for the pageant. And then from top 16, we cut it down to top 8. From top 8, it cuts down to top 4, top 2, and then the winner. So please, when I give that link to Ivan, I want you to vote for me. Make sure that I can secure the People's Choice Award. So then I get into the top 16 automatically.
Wow,
so that's how I want your support.
This is amazing. And when is the when is it coming on? You know, when is the contest gonna be?
Yeah. So May 27th, 2/7. That's when I check in. We go over registration. The next day, the 28th, 2/8. That's when we have the preliminaries. That's when I have my official interview with the judges. So that's the first night of the competition. Then the next day, May 29th, May 2/9 is when, that's the finals night. So that's when we get to, that's when the judges have come now and decided who the winner will be. So it's like a 3-day weekend. So.
Wow, guys, if you're watching, you know, stay tuned, go follow official Modoh Wanda. We have to make sure that, you know, she wins this competition. She's not only going into this for herself, but for all of us, you know, all of us in the community, you know. Right. And when the link is out, you know, anybody can vote from anywhere, or you must have to be only in Minnesota to vote.
Oh no, anywhere. I'm telling my Nigerian family. I'm telling my Cameroon family. I'm telling, I even have some family like in Germany and London. Oh no, anywhere you have internet access, please, please, please. I think you can even vote more than once. So,
wow. Wow, and it lasts for like 2 weeks, or the link will be
so
on?
that's 2 weeks of public voting. Yes.
Wow, this is serious.
It's serious. We need a queen. We need a queen.
Definitely, we're gonna make sure you win this. So let's go into, you know, your journey as a fashion model. You know, in our African community, especially with our parents, you know, they always want their children to be like medical doctor, engineer, or a lawyer. How did you get to convince your parents that we want to be a fashion model? Were there any like, no, don't do this?
Yeah, no, I received a lot of kickback from them initially. Kickback meaning like, what are you doing? You know, this is not a career. This is a hobby. My parents used to say that a lot, that what I wanted to embark on is a hobby. It's not a career. So to be honest with you, it's just now that they're opening up like their hearts, that they're opening up their minds to kind of receive what I'm doing as their firstborn child. You know, it's hard. From their point of view, I can understand. You know, like I said before, I'm first generation and the firstborn child, you know, first daughter. So they wanted me to be a doctor, a lawyer. They wanted me just to be so, you know, they wanted me to have a very just a very basic, a very clear cut path and how I can be successful. But I kind of challenged their thinking. And I chose a path that was a little more untraditional. So with being like a beauty queen and, you know, with owning my own like clothing store and with just being like an entertainer in a sense, they are just, I mean, they're excited for me now as they kind of can see this all come to life. But it was very hard to get them on board. But they're proud of me. And that's all I wanted, was just their praise, just their recognition. And I think just now is how I'm getting it. So even like how I told you before, like when I started modeling, when I was a freshman in high school, I mean, my mom just thought, I told you my mom was there when the woman scouted me from Arquette Modeling Management. My mom just goes, you know, my mom kind of brushed it aside, but I said, Mom, let's take the contract. And so I'm the one that took the contract out of the woman's hand that day. My mom was, even back then, was so against it. But you know what? They've come around.
That's amazing.
They've come around.
I'm really happy that they've come around. And what has been, you know, the backbone to your success at this point in, you know, your fashion modeling and, you know, the pageantry?
I think you need to have a very strong work ethic. You can't go around that. You can't go around that. You have to tune out the negative thoughts. And then you really have to be prayed up. That's what we say in church. You have to be prayed up. You have to have your armor on, your spiritual armor on. And then I think too, you just have to follow your intuition. Like I knew that I could never be a doctor or a lawyer or a dentist. I just knew that I was just built differently, you know, that I was unique, that God made me different than how he maybe had made my sister. Like my sister is actually studying right now in law school to be a lawyer. So I think follow your heart. So all those steps is how I find myself here today.
That's amazing. And what is success to you?
Success? I think success is liking what you do and how you do it. Success is liking what you do and how you do it. I think success is, you kind of have to define it based on your own terms. But I think, you know, you are successful when, well, let me put it like this. Jealousy, right, and success come hand in hand. Now, like I said, I have a very supportive family, but then I have some friends that aren't my friends anymore that have kind of been envious during this time as I am kind of coming up a little bit in the world. And that's been kind of unfortunate to see. But I know that I'm doing something right, because people do not hate, people do not get jealous of a loser, right?
Right.
They get jealous when you are going somewhere that maybe they are not currently. But I'm sure it's some of the biggest stars we've ever seen in this world, like Beyonce, Michael Jackson, can testify to the same. It's like some go with you when you reach a new level, and some stay behind. So
Wow.
I think I'm right where I'm supposed to be.
That's amazing. I'm really glad that, you're really motivated, and you know what you want and you're going after your dream. It's so powerful when you go after your dream and you get a
Yes.
lot of confidence. And sometimes a lot of people, like you said, may not like that, but the journey has to go on. You have to keep going. Not everybody would support you, but don't give up on yourself.
Right.
That's the
Right.
goal. Never
Right.
give up on yourself. Keep
Right.
going. So for the young people out there who, looking at you, going into pageantry, being a fashion model, what advice or tips can you share to them, to become uh, successful in the modeling career, or to pursue a modeling career if that is their dream?
If anybody that is watching me this morning, if you really want to go into modeling, I would say you really need to first develop like your book. It's kind of called a book, and we can see just images of you, just how you photograph naturally, how you photograph with makeup on, just to kind of get a feel for you. So I would say really work on your composition book. I would, I know after the show, I can give some little tips here on photographers in the city who I think are
Wow.
really, really helpful in that area.
Wow.
Apart from just getting your book down, I would say make sure it's show business. So you have to look the part. So I would say make sure that you are dieting, exercising. Don't go overboard, but you do have to be in shape for this kind of industry. I would also say that you just make sure this is what you want to do, and not because you think it's cool, because you know someone that's doing it, because you see your favorite celebrities doing it. Make sure this is the career path that you want to go towards. And then I would say talk to me, because then I'll give you some other tips that I can't say here this morning.
That's wonderful. I love that. So thanks for sharing that. I think this is very vital, and I know you touched some really good points,
Right.
But then, what are your future plans, as a fashion model, and,
I would like to do some ad campaigns. After Miss Minnesota USA, I'd love to work with Nike. I'd love to work with Under Armour, because like I said, exercising is such a big part of who I am. I'd love to just be on some of their campaigns that they have nationally running. I would also like to, I want more storefronts. So right now, I have plans to open up my very first Minnesota storefront,
wow.
because Modoh Fashion House is just online currently. So, and so apart from the Minnesota storefront, I want to also be in Los Angeles. I want to be in Miami, and then I want to be in New York. I want to be international too, probably, of course, Cameroon, of course, Nigeria, but Dubai, I have aspirations to open up there. And then apart from business, I'd love to get married in the next maybe like 3-4 years. I'd love to start having children. I think I would still live in the Midwest, or to be honest, I'd like to have a few homes. I'm a little bougie with it.
Wow.
I'd like to have a few homes. So
that's nice. That's wonderful.
Yeah.
And before we go, I would like you to remind us of the support you're going to be giving to the community when you become Miss Minnesota USA 2022.
Right. I'm not sure. Well, I'm spiritual, right? I know like some viewers are as well, but I like to say that I believe I'm the modern day Esther when it comes to the African immigrants in Minnesota, and not just in Minnesota, but nationally, internationally. I am the people's voice. I am the people's sounding board. I can't go anywhere where all of you don't want me to go. So I want you to trust me that when I do get this position next month, God willing, that I won't forget you. You know, I'm taking you with me. You know, I'm BIPOC, right? I myself, I'm Black, Indigenous, person of color. So I'm hearing everything you guys are saying behind the scenes and how you want, you know, some of these government officials and the governor, even himself, just to be more inclusive towards us. I'm hearing all this chatter, all this behind the scenes conversation. So what I'm going to do is then take that to the forefront, because that's how change starts to happen. So all of this and all that I've heard from all of you, I'm going to do something about it. I'm going to do something about it. And in a year from now, Ivan, I'd love to come back on your show and tell you exactly what I've done, what laws I helped influence to pass to the benefit of the African immigrants, BIPOC community. I'd love to tell you what I've done with the children in our community, what I've done with the elderly in our community. So I want you to really, all of you that are listening and watching, follow me like a hawk this year. I know Ivan is plugging all my social media handles in the bottom. But when I say I am for you, I am for you. I am never going to be against you. I will never get, however God elevates me, I can never go too far without knowing where I come from. So,
wow. This is amazing.
So I got you. I got you.
This is amazing. And Tina says we're wishing you great success. You know,
Yes.
We are all wishing you success. We pray that, you know, you should represent us. You should be the Miss Minnesota 2020. And guys, if you're watching, make sure to stay tuned, stay connected. Go follow official Modoh Wanda so you can, you know, get informed, you know when the link is available for us to vote for her.
Yes, very good.
So this is where, you know, if there's anything that we didn't say while we're discussing, you can share with us now before we go.
So I would just say, please follow me, like my pages. I want to say I love you guys. I just thank you for tuning in this morning to hear about little old me and this big old afro. I just pray for me if you can. The road is long, but the reward is sweet. The reward is great. So, and like I said, I'm carrying you all with me on my back, you know, metaphorically. So just think about your sister, you know, think of me in these next few weeks. You know, you know, cash donations. I am taking cash donations. I'm not going to lie. I even will plug in my GoFundMe. But even something more important than monetary support is just spiritual support. So I'll take both too.
Wow. Thank you so much for, you know, coming live with us today to share your journey. We really appreciate. Thank you all for watching. This has been a wonderful conversation. It's gonna the interview is gonna be available on our YouTube channel. Please do share so everybody in our community can get to watch this video. Thank you so much again for joining us, Mondo.
Thank you for having me. Bye.
Bye. And we are out.